Welcome, everyone. I want to welcome everyone this morning. Susan, could you come on over? We're operating without a microphone today, so I'm going to talk really, really loud. And we also have the sun in our face, so there are a few handicaps. Thank you all so much for coming this morning. I'm Margot C., and I'm the state president of AARP Tennessee. But more importantly, I am a member of the committee and the coalition who started this wonderful garden here. We are so proud of the Harvest of Hope Community Garden. It was a work that had happened so fast we just knew it was the right thing to do. It was a coalition formed, a partnership between AARP, First Presbyterian Church, the United Way, the Master Gardeners and UT Extension, and the City of Kingsport. I think I got everyone on that list. We came together and knew how many people might be suffering from hunger, but more importantly, wanted to dig in the dirt a little bit and enjoy being here. So this is the first garden. This was very instrumental, and we deem it a great success. Lots of produce, you'll find out, came out of this garden, and lots of food went to feed the hungry in Kingsport. There were 3 big gardens in the back that were harvested and grown by Interfaith Hospitality, a group from the Social Security Office who gave their produce to the Kitchen of Hope, and the middle one was for the Salvation Army. So those 3, plus we had numerous neighborhood gardeners, and you'll hear more about that later, and also just people who wanted to garden and then share their produce with those who might enjoy having fresh food. We also were able to involve many different groups. We had people wanting to help us, which is a wonderful thing to happen. An Eagle Scout came forward and built those beautiful benches for us. We have had a lot of support from the Y. A group of kids came from the Y and walked down and had instructions on planting. I think they planted flowers actually that time, but they also had from the Master Gardeners and from the UT Extension program a wonderful program on eating healthy. Shirlene Booker in the back is the UT Extension representative, and she's dressed like a stalk of broccoli. You can recognize her, and she has done a lot to provide education and not only education on healthy eating and what we can do to improve our eating and to make sure that food is properly handled and safely handled. So I particularly want everyone right now to recognize the committee that's worked so hard on this. Susan Lodahl was one of the people who, from the food security, who has actually had a guiding hand in this for a long time. Everyone who served on the committee, the Harvest of Hope committee, please raise your hand. Okay, look, that's a good number. How many people who are here who are gardeners, who have actually had a garden plot? Well, that's a great number too, and I'm going to applaud them. Yeah, because they're the ones who have done the hard work. This has been such a wonderful experience for AARP. It brought our name here in the community, and I'm so proud of this that I brag about it all the time, all across the state. And I look forward to the next step, the next progression of perhaps another garden in another part of the city. But kudos to this, and it was wonderful. Now I'm going to introduce Charlie Glass, who's going to make a few comments and introduce the mayor.
Oh, I guess I don't need to raise the microphone, do I? I'm excited to be here, and I appreciate Margot letting us have this opportunity. I'm representing a group this morning that's new on the scene, but this is a very important effort called Healthy Kingsport. And because it's the first time we've done this, I'm going to tell you just in a few sentences what Healthy Kingsport is. We got started in 2009 when we were awarded a Pioneering Healthier Communities grant from Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. That doesn't mean anything to you, but it's really important because they're interested in helping communities be healthier, addressing issues of nutrition and activity within communities. The YMCA helped convene a group of key leaders in our community, and we formed a committee that has since been commissioned by the BMA as Healthy Kingsport. That's what you want to remember. Healthy Kingsport Committee. Our mission of this team is to create a sustainable community culture of healthy living by promoting awareness, influencing policy, and enhancing infrastructure. By being commissioned by the BMA, we're also working to look at places of business, look at neighborhoods, schools, and our community in order to identify places where changes in policy, changes in infrastructure and the environment, like community gardens, can help provide opportunities for healthy choices to be easy choices for our citizens, everybody in the community. So we're trying to make it easy for people to lead healthy lifestyles, to be healthy, to have fresh fruits and vegetables available to them. This committee is working on convening and collaborating with all different organizations, and we've got a group that's leaders from all across the board. A lot of them are here today. In fact, how many of our Healthy Kingsport committee members or people are here? So this is a great start. We've got about 12 or 15 on the committee. The committee doesn't do things. The committee convenes and helps other people get things done. So that's exciting. As I said, one of our strategies is to help educate and create awareness. So this morning, we're kicking off one method of doing that, and we hope this is going to be the first of many to come. We're blessed with so many people, and you've heard from Margot about all the groups that were involved in working with this community garden to make it happen. That's happening all over our community. But I can't think of a better way to start our series of commendations than by presenting commendations to the Harvest of Hope Community Garden and the organizations that helped get that started. And so, since this is the first time we're making commendations, we've asked the mayor to come and help us in this process. So we have our Honorable Mayor Phillips will be here to help present these commendations to the Harvest of Hope organizations. And Mayor, here's the... Thank you.
Okay. I'll take some of my notes up here, but as I look at the garden, I'm going to have to admit it's very difficult to me to get excited about this garden. For this reason, when I was growing up, from the time I was 3 years old till I left home, our garden was about the size, if you go from Broad Street to the alley and back to the house, that was about the size of our garden that me and my brother and our sister cultivated without rototillers. But it's hard for us that grew up on farms to realize that people don't know how to plant potatoes or sow seed such as corn. And I dare say most young people have no idea about that. But it is the most rewarding, satisfying thing that I think you can do, is to stick a seed in the ground and a few months later eat the watermelon from that seed. I mean, that, and watch it grow. And I think even if you don't do anything else, it's teaching people how to do things like that. And that is very important. And I want to thank everyone that's been associated with this. But I do want to tell you the little shortcut that we did take when I was at home. And up in Burnsville, North Carolina, New Dale, really, it was very steep. And after a few years, we decided that, you plant your garden along the terrain. So we decided every year we had to dig potatoes, and it was a real chore. So after about 3 or 4 years, we started doing those potatoes up and down like this. And then when we wanted to harvest, we'd just dig a hole at the bottom and hold our sack down there, and all the potatoes would roll down in it. So you learn little things like that by having these kind of gardens. But anyway, we're not going to be here all day. Let me ask the representative. I will read what we're doing. And it is a Kingsport, City of Kingsport, and Healthy Kingsport commendation. And we'll be presenting these to ARP, City, First Broad Street, First Presbyterian, Tennessee Master Gardens, and United Way that states, whereas Healthy Kingsport's mission is to improve the health of our community through efforts directed toward wellness, infrastructure, and policy. Healthy Kingsport recognizes that the healthy community is a product of health education, access to nutritious food, community design, and a community design that supports active living and quality medical care. Healthy Kingsport functions as a committee of the City of Kingsport and is dedicated to improving the quality of life for all citizens. Healthy Kingsport values efforts of individuals, organizations, and businesses that contribute to a healthy community. Therefore, as mayor of the City of Kingsport, on behalf of the Board of Mayor and Aldermen of the City of Kingsport and the Healthy Kingsport Committee, we do hereby commend these organizations for their collaborative efforts in establishing and harvesting of Hope Community Garden, an effort designed to increase access to nutrition, food for individuals and families who are homeless or living in poverty. And this is a work in progress. We're always looking for ways that we can improve the quality of life, especially for our homeless and those in need. And you know, it's the old deal that if we teach people how to do things, that in the long run, that is going to be the way that we get over a lot of these problems. You know, just to give someone a bag of onions or a bag of corn, you're not teaching them very much. But if you show them how to grow, you're really doing the right thing. And I commend every one of you for doing this. And if someone, guess who from AARP would come up to receive this, I cannot imagine who would be here from AARP. And I also cannot say enough for what this young lady does she has brought AARP to the forefront in Kingsport, Tennessee. We've had conventions, we've had the state president, we have had just about everything that you could ask from AARP has been in Kingsport, Tennessee, and it's because of Margot and what's her name?
Bunky. What's his name?
Bunky. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bunky had it. Okay, just stand here. We'll get
I'll go this way.
Canal will get a group picture.
Okay.
The City of King. Is anyone besides me here from the city? Well, if you'd have these things before 10, after 10:30, 11 o'clock, we get First Presbyterian Church. Someone goes to First Presbyterian Church, Larry. It's just like standing and having the spotlight on you. You can't see a thing. Go over there with Margot. Yeah. Tennessee Master Gardeners. Does everyone want to take credit for that?
The carrot is coming. Thank you. Nancy Walker.
United Way of Greater Kingsport. Goodell. First Broad Street, United Methodist Church. Now, if you want to talk about the leader of the pack and homeless, I guarantee that I don't need to tell you what this guy's name is, Mr. Addington.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you all so much, and thanks. I hope this is just is something that annually we're doing, and if you know people that have vacant land at a location that you can have a garden. You know, I know a lot of land down in Riverport Road, and but I came home the other night and there was 32 deer standing in a vacant lot in Ridgefield. So I don't know. Good luck with a garden in that when you cross the river. Good luck, but I think you need to get real friendly with the Rio Grande fence guy. And, but thank you all so much. And seriously, if you know of other locations that would allow or donate land, you don't really have to donate the land. And as you can see, you're not harming the land, so it's just a loan. And let Margot know, United Way know, or one of these groups, and get them in touch with them. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
I thought we were.
All over here.
The short person can just
Susan,
stand
come
right
on
here.
over. Susan, come on over in this picture, please, ma'am.
We can always find somebody on the front row.
Stand with the carrot.
This is for your sunglasses. That sun is a killer.
Thank you.
Okay. Margo,
Thank you.
thank you.
Susan? Now Susan Lodall is going to tell us the huge part, the visioning groups and with the United Way Plate and new things that are happening here in Kingsport. And I will add to the mayor's request for land. Susan and I agree that what we really need are volunteer gardeners.
Yes.
And that if you would like to volunteer and be a gardener, either offering advice, which I'm personally am really good at, or if you want to get in there and dig and be a part of this, please let one of us know. We welcome everyone, and we want everyone to be involved.
And we also need volunteers to help with the organization, because we need the gardeners to plant the beds and tend the beds, but we also need people to help us keep this organization going and expanding. We're going to be looking to form in this next month and next couple of months a coalition that will have a board of directors that will oversee, hopefully, the expansion of more gardens into our community. And we already have some interest in the community in other places, some property that we are looking for, some property that may be available that we don't have gardeners for yet, but we would like to be able to see this be the beginning of a series of community gardens in our area. So we hope that that will be possible. There's a sign-up sheet over on the table where Carol is standing over here. Wave, Carol. Over there, and please, there's information about a bed if you would like to adopt a bed next year. We've got packets there. Take it home. There's some information. This year was our first year, so we're learning by doing, and we did not have those ready this year, but we do have them now for next year. So please stop by. And so I don't forget, we were telling everybody that if you signed up, then you got a bag. But even if you don't sign up, go ahead and take one of the bags. We've had some donations from some of our local grocery stores. And see, Second Harvest has donated, Second Harvest Food Bank. We've got Kroger, and we've also got Earth Fare from Johnson City. So please come over and get one of those bags you don't have to throw away, but you can keep reusing. And if you have not received a raffle ticket, please, not a raffle, a door prize. We're going to give away door prizes up here in a little while. So if you did not receive a ticket, we need to take care of that before we get to that part. And also, if you are one of our gardeners this year, if you did not sign one of the little pieces of paper that are on the table, we need you to do that, because we're also going to have some prizes for those people in addition to the door prizes. So we hope that you will participate in that. What I wanted to do first is read a message to you from Meadowview, Virginia. This was sent to us, someone who could not be here today, so let me read that. Greetings from Meadowview, Virginia. While I am unable to be there in person, I wanted to participate in a small way with the warmth of your companionship on this Harvest Celebration Day. I am pleased and proud to live in an extended community that places value in the growth of humanity through helping others. Everyone involved should be glowing with the pride of accomplishment for the rewards of your hard work. Not simply for the rewards apparent from all of the work you've contributed to the garden beds, but more specifically for the rewards apparent from all of the work you've contributed to growing our community. Congratulations and warm regards, and that's from Stephen Hopp. So that is all the way from Meadowview. I wanted to take just a couple of minutes and explain a little bit behind the community garden. You've heard some about it, but I wanted to tell you where the idea from the community garden came from. We have a group that gathered actually across the street at First Presbyterian Church in the summer of 2008. From 60 plus organizations and individuals sat down to talk about the need for more food for people who don't have enough to eat in our community. Out of that came a task force, and the task force is called the Food Security Task Force, and I have had the opportunity this past year to chair that. We identified 3 different goals that we would try to accomplish. One was a community garden, and we are here to celebrate that accomplishment today. We also had 2 other goals that we have done work on as well. One was to increase our summer feeding programs through the schools. If you are not aware, during the summertime, of course, children are not in school. They may not have enough to eat at home. So we have programs through our school systems that allow children to be fed through some different areas, either through a summer school program where they could actually come to the school even if they're not in summer school and receive a free meal. And we're looking to expand that even further. We had meals through Girls Incorporated, Boys and Girls Club, and the fire escape, so over off of Center Street. So we've had several different things. We're looking for more opportunities also to help with the feeding of our senior population, because we know that both ends of our population, the young and the old, have the hardest time getting enough food. The third project that we undertook, our committee talked about, task force talked about it, and we just could not come up with a solution. And that was, how do we make all those connections between the people who have food pantries, people who are willing to give, and those who need the food. We don't always know what each other is doing, and we don't always know where to get the help. And so Jane Harris from the Safety and Stability Vision Council from United Way and I put together a proposal to Leadership Kingsport this last fall to ask them if they would adopt that project for a community impact project. And they did, and we had a group of 4 adults from our community who worked and did a wonderful job providing a plan forward in how we can make those connections. And we called that bringing awareness of our hunger issues in our community. So what I want to do is, and I'm sorry that none of them are here because I wish they could be the one to show this to you, but I know this next week we'll be meeting with Mayor Phillips and showing him and some others what they have come up with. But what I want to do is provide for you the opportunity to see first the new logo that they put together. And they decided to call it Feed Kingsport. So this is the logo that we hope you're going to be seeing around our community that is going to represent all of those people who need the food. They will know what to look for. People who have those food pantries, like my church, Waverly Road Presbyterian, has a food pantry. And those who would help if they just knew what the problem was and where to get that, where they could plug in for that help. So this is the beginning. We are excited. We're going to have a website. Those of you who use the internet, we're going to have a website sometime in the near future. And so that's just to let you know a little bit about what's coming. We'll also have more advertising and things in the community as time goes on. So I want to thank you for coming today, and I also want to recognize and thank those who are representing the different organizations. Several food pantries and kitchens received food directly from our garden. We also had people from our community who had their own beds, and they received from their gardens directly. But the three largest beds in the back the food was designated for Interfaith Hospitality Network, and I know that Tim Carter is back here, and he is Executive Director of IHN, which happens to be right next door to the garden. Great location. And then the middle garden was for Salvation Army. And is anybody here from Salvation Army today? Okay. Well, we actually had gardeners from Salvation Army who planted the bed. And then the third bed was for the Kitchen of Hope. And I know we had someone here a little while ago from Kitchen of Hope, but I'm not sure she had to leave. I'm sorry, she left before. And that was Betsy's Pastor Swaggerty's daughter, and we appreciate her getting here for a little bit. We're sorry she wasn't here for this part. But that food went directly to their kitchens. Then we had other gardeners who adopted beds who gave to other organizations in the area who feed people who don't have enough to eat. And that was the goal of our project. And I think we met our goal, and that's what we're here to celebrate today.